Hi, I'm Lauren Taylor, President and CEO of the University of Illinois Alumni Association, and I'd like to welcome you to a conversation with the next President of the University of Illinois, Dr. Timothy Killeen. Dr. Killeen is presently the Vice Chancellor for Research at the State University of New York and President of its Research Foundation. He's a U.S. citizen. He grew up in Wales and was educated at University College London. He received both his undergraduate and graduate degrees there, and his PhD is in atomic and molecular science, which he received at the age of 23. And it's a pleasure to welcome him and to have him with us today. So welcome to the University of Illinois.
Well, thank you very much, and thanks to everybody watching.
So tell us, what first appealed to you about coming to the University of Illinois?
Well, it's a great state, great people, it's a great institution, and what an honor to come to the University of Illinois in a leadership role. And I've known about the University of Illinois for many, many years. I've had many colleagues here. I've recruited students from here. And of course, I was in the government for a while, so I know about its prowess in research particularly well. And I've spent the last few months getting to like an in-depth immersion into things going on at the University of Illinois. And I'm just delighted. In fact, my wife and I are still pinching ourselves, you know, that what an opportunity and what a platform for leadership, not just locally, regionally, statewide, but nationally and internationally as well.
You said you've been coming here on a part-time basis already. Yeah. Has anything surprised you thus far?
I knew the quality of the institution. I think maybe one thing that's struck me is the deep loyalty of students, faculty, staff, alumni, deep loyalty. You know, I've noticed that, and I've understood that, and I've experienced that. I wouldn't say it's a surprise, but it's a major. I appreciate it. It's what an asset for the university is to have that sort of level of loyalty.
When I first came to Illinois, I was really surprised at the size of the alumni body. Yeah. Nearly 700,000 strong of living alumni now, and you mentioned that already. Yeah. We see that as a huge asset for the university, and I hope you do as well.
Oh, it's an enormous asset, and of course these are not just 700,000 people. They're accomplished, they're leaders, they're distributed geographically, internationally, indeed. And have such a lot to offer back to the institution, but also to project the value proposition of the institution out to the world, to take the brand out, and so that pride. That's why I started with that pride issue, because I think it's a really important ingredient of that the mission of a public, large, grounded land-grant research institution is to serve the public good. And the best expression of that is the alumni, the best expression of it. And of course, the students we currently have, we want to turn into wonderful alumni too. So I think it's a magnificent asset, and it's a very important asset. So I'm looking forward to working with the Alumni Association, other bodies, and getting to know many of you alumni, and to hear what's on your minds too.
So every new opportunity presents challenges as well. What challenges do you see as you approach this position, and how can the Alumni Association be of assistance with those?
Well, one of the things I think the Alumni Association can do, and is doing really well, is to take the message forward of the central importance of higher education in general, public higher education more specifically, and then the University of Illinois as a wonderful world-leading exemplar of that model out, so that message can be heard. I think sometimes good things can happen, but if people don't hear about them, the influence doesn't spread. So I think I would like to encourage each alumni member to think of themselves as an emissary of a noble mission. Of something that's wholesome and good and excellent to be proud of, that has an important impact on the world. Not just through individuals who have skill sets and go on to great careers, but actually materially affecting outcomes for society. That central message of goodness of mission, fitness of mission. The alumni is the expressiveness of that, of the University of Illinois. We'll do our part here on the campuses, but the alumni are the emissaries of that mission. So, and I think that message deserves to be more widely heard in places that count. And by that I mean in decision-making bodies, community decision-making, in governmental decision-making, and just in the way we manage our society going forward. The role of highly trained, well-educated citizens that are well-rounded with a great grounding in all the things that University of Illinois offer, getting that message out. I think there's a certain, too much self-effacing, a little bit. Maybe that's a Midwest aspect, I don't know. But there is more to be said about what we do at the University of Illinois than is being said. And it needs to be said with a little bit more passion, and I think the alumni who know about it are great. So advocacy, I think, is incredibly important. Vocal advocacy, participating in debates, always pointing out the role and value of their educational background. These are very important. And of course, we have generous alumni who are concretely giving back and supporting the current students who are on our campuses and the students to come through their generosity. And of course, that's enormously appreciated as well.
Of course. Your wife, Roberta, is a scholar in her own right. Can you tell us a little about her?
Yes, Roberta is a geoscientist. She would call herself a geoscientist. So she's done research and scholarship and teaching in the earth sciences writ large, earth and space sciences. So she's done space science research using high-tech radar systems from the Arctic, and so she's got that background. She's also passionate about educational and particular science, technology, engineering, and math education in classrooms, and things like teacher preparation, and so where the research arena meets the pedagogical arena in settings like in the classroom and so on. So she's the executive director of the National Earth Science Teachers Association, and so she'll bring that skill set here, and she's already talking to colleagues about where her work might naturally reside. And of course, she recognizes that being the spouse of the president probably comes with some interesting and exciting opportunities to also advocate for the University of Illinois more broadly. But she brings that scholarly background. She's a professor at the University at Albany right now, and she's teaching 3 courses, including a distance education course currently, so undergraduate education as well as part of what her experience base will bring. So we'll be here.
Wonderful.
Looking forward
to
to
being
it.
here.
Yeah.
What would you like alumni to know about you?
I think the most important thing I would like them to know is that I recognize that I need you, alumni. In my role as president of the University of Illinois, this is your institution. We need to hear from you, we need to listen to you, we need you to carry the banner forward for the whole value proposition of the university. So I'm at the disposal of our wonderful alumni group, and I hope that my energies can add value to that storied legacy of the University of Illinois. So I'm not asking for anything specific here, but this is going to be a partnership, and so I'm just delighted to be joining your team.
Well, I know that alumni are excited about meeting you and looking forward to meeting you in person.
Great.
But thank you for the opportunity to meet with you today. And I say thank you to our viewers for joining us today, and thank you for being supporters of the University of Illinois Alumni Association and the University of Illinois.